Hi, everyone. Let's wait a few seconds for attendees to join in. Welcome to the Community College, your Bridge to a Top University live session. We will begin in just a moment. If you have any questions for our speaker during the session, please write them in the live chat and we will answer as many as possible at the end. Okay, Annie, you can begin.
Hey everyone, this is Annie coming from Berkeley City College over in beautiful California. And I'm so happy to be here today to talk to you guys a little bit more about community colleges. So let's go over a quick agenda, what we're doing today. We're going to be talking about the benefits of studying at a community college. What is the 2+2 transfer to the 4-year university program, and how Berkeley City College along with Peralta colleges can help you, and what the application process is all about. So a lot of people, when I meet them overseas and I talk to them to see if they understand what community colleges are, a lot of times the students tell me they've never heard of it. What is that? Is that the same as a bachelor's degree? What can you do with it? And so actually, even though it's not very well known overseas, that's actually one of the largest, and if not the largest, public institution that we have in the United States. And so community colleges, they're easy to get accepted. You know, all you have to do is be age of 18 or older, or you're a high school graduate and you'll be accepted. With our community colleges, we don't require the TOEFL or the IELTS, and you might have heard that as that's part of your English placement exam. And why that is, it's because we offer English as a secondary or other language support, or ESL support. Our tuition fees are among the lowest in the entire nation. So you're not going to be, breaking an arm and a leg just to afford tuition. We want education to be accessible to everyone, no matter what their economic background is. And then most of our students, they do come in for our university transfer program, because once you finish with a community college, you can transfer to a 4-year university to get your bachelor's degree. And aside from our tuitions are low, scholarships are available. You can also work on campus and get jobs after completing your program with us while you're still on the F1 visa. And we have flexible admissions deadlines 3 times a year. So sounds great, right? So let's dig into this a little bit more. So 60% of our students who come to us, they'll do the 2+2 program. And this is a phrase that you're going to be hearing throughout the next 2 days with ApplyWave sessions. There are a lot of community colleges that are actually presenting as well. So do check them out in their pages, but let me go into a little bit of breakdown of what that is. So generally, the students, once they finish high school, they'll start 2 years at a community college, where they will earn an associate degree for transfer. And a lot of the courses that you'll take, they're going to be transferable when you do your 4-year university. That means you're going to do 2 years with us, then you're going to transfer into a university starting in year 3. That means you have saved a lot of time in your budgets, and so that you can go into the 4-year university without paying the full price. Also, the benefit with us is that, say, your English level is not right up to that academic level to understand everything, and you need some more time for English training, you can do that with us. You can also start with an optional English training session first, and depending on the time of the length, it's really based on your academic level and how you're doing. So you'll slowly matriculate into the associate degree program, and then you'll transfer into the 4-year. And then benefits with us, at least specifically in California, we have something called the Associate Degree for Transfer for the California State Universities, which we have over 100 partner schools part of this program. And we also have the UC tag system transfer agreement with the Universities of California. And if you look on the list on what schools are part of the University of California's, the majority of them are in the top 100 universities on US ranking news almost every year. So you are going to be getting an amazing and affordable program at just a fraction of the cost and get high transfer rates into a top university. So let's go back into using our schools as an example. So you probably also heard me say, Peralta colleges and what that is. So, the benefit of working with us is we're not only going to be partnered with Berkeley City College. I'm actually representing 4 community colleges today. And so we're part of a school district in the Bay Area, and then just looking at the type of students we go and we get, over 60% of our students will come through the 2+2 program and transfer into a 4-year university. And the majority of those students, almost 80% of those 60%, they're going to go pick a University of California through the UC tag. And the #1 transfer school for us is University of California, Berkeley, or UC Berkeley, which you guys have probably heard of. It's one of the top in California. And in fact, it's only about 10 minutes walk away from our campus. So that's why it's #1. Aside from that, we also have, most of our students do pick out schools in California with the Cal State schools and also private schools and Academy of Arts. And so on the right-hand side, you'll see some of our top transfer schools. So back to us, what makes us so special? Like I mentioned, we are part of a community college district, and we represent 4 community colleges that you can choose from. That's Berkeley City College, College of Alameda, Laney College, and Merritt College. We're located right about 30 minutes away from downtown San Francisco. So you're close enough to get to a big city. You have all the big city amenities. And at the same time, if you kind of like, oh, I want to be more in the naturey areas, we have the suburban areas just to fit you. So you have 4 different ones to choose from based on your personality and your needs and different majors. And so we're looking kind of a map on the Bay Area. So what you're seeing in the back, that's our public transportation line, which we call BART. So it's kind of like a metro that takes you around the entire Bay Area from San Francisco to the East Bay into the Silicon Valleys. And so basically it's connected to the airport. You can easily get around. And so if you need to live a little further away, you want to be in San Francisco and still be able to commute to school, you can easily do that within about a 30-40-minute ride. So that gives you the flexibility to work and live in the Bay Area. And so why do we want to study in San Francisco? We have world-class universities available. There's Berkeley, there's Stanford, SF University. They're all just in our backyard. And you'll find that really quickly, San Francisco, an extremely diverse area where we welcome people from all backgrounds, no matter what culture you're in. We have like little Chinatowns, Japantown, and there's Vietnamese restaurants. Basically, if you ever think about what kind of food you want, you just pick a continent, we have something for you. And then also for us as Bay Area, we have, we're the financial and technology hub of the West Coast. So there's plenty of different jobs available in different sectors. And so I mentioned earlier that students are able to do employment on the F1 visa, and you can get internships. So what's a better way to study and work within our city, where it's known in the world as one of the top areas for the technology, like Silicon Valley, and all of those are just easy to get to. So definitely consider that. And then in terms of weather, oh my God, it's so comfortable. It's never too cold, it's never too hot, it never rains too much, so it's going to be super comfortable all year round. We kind of don't exactly have seasons. It's always just spring, which means you'll just be happy and bright all year long. And then we also have a lot of outdoor scenery. So even though while we're really close to the city where you have all the metropolitan amenities, we're actually quite close to lakes and kayaking and the mountains. So if that's going to be something of interest to you, you're going to get the best of both worlds. And then in terms of our colleges, we have over 100 different types of academic and major programs for you to choose from. Especially, we have 4 colleges to choose from, so that even maximizes your options to choose. And then, one cool thing about studying with us is that as long as you're enrolled to one of our colleges, say Berkeley City College, if there was a certain class that you like at Laney College or one of the other ones, say you love photography and it's not offered at your campus, well, just hop on over. Just come on and take the class, because all of your classes are connected through your our same district. So even if you're undecided, you want to test out something, I'm sure we've got something for you. So just come on and ask me what you like. And, if you need some help narrowing your options down, I'll be there to help you with that. And then I also had mentioned earlier, if you're coming in, you want to do an associate degree, but your English is not quite up to the level, well, that's okay. We can accept students with various language abilities from your beginning to more advanced levels. So what happens is when you start doing your applications with us, we're going to do a free online self-guided English placement exam that will help us assess your English abilities. After that, you'll meet with a counselor to go, just talk a little bit more and check out and help you decide on which level you should be placed into. So by doing this, you don't have to do the TOEFL. If you have it, that's fine. You don't need to do the Duolingo. You don't need to do the IELTS. And that's kind of a lot of money for you to save on. So consider working with us with our English for speakers of other languages program, and then matriculate into your academics. All right. I don't know if there's students who like to play sports, but sports is kind of a big thing over where we're at. So if you guys have watched on Netflix, we're actually, one of our colleges have a documentary that's about their football team at Laney College. So when you get a chance, check out Next Chance University on season 5 on Netflix, and you can learn a little bit more about our football program and it's kind of what it's like to be an athlete in the United States. And these are all open to international students. So just come on over, get accepted, try out, and join some sports and meet some new friends. Aside from that, we're really dedicated, and our department is dedicated to helping our students succeed, not just academically, but socially, because that's something that's going to help build your success and help you retain and finish your program. So the International Student Department, we hold a series of events throughout the year to get you acculturated within our school, making sure that you know what resources are available. Some of the things we do, we have insurance for you guys. We have employment workshops, tax workshops. We teach you how to find housing. We also do tours on different of our local 4-year colleges near us. So in the event you want to come and think about that 2+2 program, that's something doable. We also have a transfer and study abroad affairs where for the transfer program, every year we invite about 40 to 50 colleges from all over the United States to come to our campus to talk about their programs and guide students one-on-one to help them into transferring to their 4-year. In terms of admissions and what kind of programs we offer, we're really flexible because we understand that students from different parts of the world, they have different deadlines, they have different summers, and so we try to accommodate them as much as we can. That's why we have 3 intakes each year. That's spring, which runs from January to May. We have summer for June to July, and fall, which runs from August to December. And so right now we are recruiting for students. If you're think about coming in for the January semester, the applications for overseas students are November 15th. So get in touch with your ApplyWave contacts and get your application in, and then so we can get you to come for 2022. Aside from that, maybe if you're not so ready to come over, but you still want to take some classes with us, because I do know that COVID, it is a situation overseas. We can let students take classes from overseas and online. So you can go ahead and earn some credits while you're over at home. And then by the time you come, well, then you're 1 step closer to finishing your degree. And then, so that would be through our distant education program. So we're pretty flexible. If you want to start with online and then going to get your visa, whatever your goals are, we'll work with you on that. All right, now this is the big part. How much does this all cost? I mentioned earlier that, we're a community college, so our tuition is really the fraction of a 4-year university. And I can tell you this is the same across the United States. So not just with us, but other community colleges as well, because we are publicly funded by local taxes. And so right on my right-hand side, I just want to show you kind of our tuition fees compared to the two most popular or three most popular near us. That's San Francisco State University, University of California, Berkeley, and University of San Francisco. So you have a little bit of a variety. But just looking at, estimated cost of your savings. So, our tuition fees for 1 year is roughly about 10,800 US dollars. But look at starting 2 years with us and transferring to a 4-year university. You're going to save over $12,000 at SF State. You're going to save $73,000 if you transfer to University of California, and look at University of San Francisco. That's over $82,000. That's 8 times what you would be paying with us. So, and then also that flexibility is you can come in for a semester, you can come in for a short-term program, even if you haven't decided what your full goals are. It's safer to start off with us rather than going into an expensive school because there's just less risk for that. And then living in the East Bay, how much that might cost. So you would like to budget, I would tell students about $1,000 to $1,200 for housing, or if you want to stay with the host family, that's roughly $1,000 to $1,500 a month. And then I would say, budgeting your transportation, maybe about $100 or so a month. So for you to get back to and from school. So these are just kind of, eyeball estimates of how much you should prepare for. So just kind of to wrap up. Yep.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt. We just have 2 more minutes and we need to start the Q&A.
No worries. This is the last side that we're going to be wrapping up of why you want to study at Peralta colleges or community colleges in general, is that we're flexible for students with various needs. Our tuition is affordable. It's easy to apply and it's flexible start dates. We have university transfer. There's over 100 majors available. You can work, you can get scholarships. You don't need TOEFL. You can do sports and online classes available. So we want to be your one-stop shop to a 4-year education or as long as you need. So if you have any questions, let us know. We'd be happy to help you out.
Perfect, Annie. Thank you. So we have one question from a student. Is this college a niche.com website?
This one, community colleges are generally not on the niche website. Although I want to make sure people understand that we don't really do rankings. This ranking thing is kind of for 4-year universities and more for outside students. So I would say it's not on. But again, we do help to transfer into some of the top universities that are on niche.
Awesome. The second question that we got is, can you explain a little bit more about your admissions requirements? Some students want to know if O levels or A levels are accepted.
We do accept the A levels and the O levels. So that's a great question for application checklist. Our application is fully online. You'll just need really application fee, your diploma, bank statement, medical examination, your passport page, and then optional items are the English proficiency exams if you've taken it. But really, whatever's on that left column, that's all you need. It's just an online application that you'll finish, and we'll be able to accept you in about 3 to 5 business days and give you your visa documents. So we make it as simple and as easy as possible for you.
Great. So do you offer pre-medical programs or nursing programs?
Yeah, actually we do. We have a nursing program that's at Merritt College. And that's located in Oakland. And that's one of the top nursing programs that we have in the Bay Area. It's very competitive to get in. So if that's something you want to do, you have to let us know in advance. They only have about a 1-month application period every year from February to early March only. So get in touch with me for that one.
Perfect. The next question is, are there any on-campus job opportunities?
A ton. And I love that you asked that question. So one limitation for first year F1 visa students is that students are required to work on campus. That's just a rule all over the US. And the benefit with coming to study at Peralta colleges is that we actually have 4 colleges and our district office. So as long as you're enrolled into one of our colleges, you have 5 campuses or 5 locations to find work from. There are so many student jobs available, especially for students who speak another language like you guys, because we do service the community a lot, and there are a lot of students, I'm not even talking about international students, who do need that extra help. So, my department alone at the international office, we usually hire at least 8 students. There's also tutoring positions. There's a lot of front desk positions. You can work at the library. So there's so many options to choose from. And we do have a career center at each of our colleges to help students with finding work as well. So there are going to be lots of opportunities for international students to work.
Awesome. Thank you, Annie. That's great to know. The next question is, are there scholarships for homeschool students?
So homeschool students, unfortunately, we don't offer that. Our scholarships are limited to full-time enrolled F1 visa students who will come, who are studying in the United States with us. So if you're planning to stay at home to study, unfortunately, we won't have scholarships available. But we also do have a lot of non-credit free courses online that you can choose to take as well.
Thank you. Well, if anyone has any more questions, please, you can write them on our chat and we'll ask Annie for you.
Excellent. So while we wait for your questions, then let's go. I'm going to talk a little bit more about Berkeley City College because, that's what I'm representing today. So let's go back a couple slides over here. So Berkeley City College, that's top of our list, is actually the most popular among the 4 colleges that we have. Let me tell you a little bit about the location. So it's right in downtown Berkeley, only about 1 minute walk away from a metro system. So if you're ever running late or it's a rainy day, you're probably not even going to get wet. There's so many restaurants nearby. It's just really amazing college town area. And so something that's super, super special about Berkeley City College is that this campus alone is the number 2 transfer school, number 2 sending a feeder school into UC Berkeley. That's one of the top public universities in the world, or in the United States and all in California. But why is it so high? Because in terms of international students, we have over 40% of our students get accepted to that. And, we're really good friends with their staff members. And we've heard from them, they told us that 90% of their newly admitted students are from community colleges, and only 10% are those coming from overseas. And what does that mean? So that means that if you had tried to apply there directly, it's going to be a lot harder to get accepted. And then benefits with, studying at a community college is that when you're applying to the 4-year university, they're not going to look at your SAT scores. They're not going to ask you for your TOEFL scores. They're basing on all of the grades that you had within your first 2 years. And so if your grades weren't that good in high school, your test scores weren't too high, well, this is your chance to get in. So we're not going to be a backup option. We are your stepping stone into getting into that top university and increasing your chances while at it. And, the support of our schools, we have a lot of academic counselors that are available to help you with, deciding what your goals should be and how to get there, even helping you with your admission essays. And, all of this is part of our program because we want you to succeed. And, say for an example, your family's not too sure if you're going to do the 4-year program or study long-term in the US, and are we still right for you? Well, of course we are, because you can come in for a semester program, try it out, improve your English abilities. You can take some classes that are of interest, computer science or, English classes, business classes, find out what you're interested in. And once you're here, you get used to the area. If that's something for you, then decide, I'm going to extend for another year, or I'm going to extend for another semester. So you can decide as you go. We're not going to force you right away to pick something and make you commit for the 2 years. So take that time to explore your needs, what your interests are, what your passions are, And, even if you change your mind about a particular major, it's really easy to change, but it's not going to be easy to change when you're at the four-year university. So take your 2 years with a community college to just learn about yourself and find your path in life. So, and also not waste too much money on studying, paying high fees while you're doing it. So I hope that we can help you more with that. Does anyone have any other questions for us? I'd love to hear them.
There's no more questions at the moment.
Totally.
Thank you so much,
Annie. No problem. Yeah, so later on, check us out at Berkeley City College through our ApplyWave. Our application process is pretty simple, and the ApplyWave team, they're great in helping you guys with getting your applications across, making sure you guys have your I-20s and everything, and answering all questions. But while I know there's a lot of the high school students that are joining the event today, and if you want someone just to talk to, find out what might be good for you, give you some advice, come and reach out to me. I'm going to be at the booths all day, and I love meeting new students and just talking to you guys and learning more about your culture and your background. So come and visit. Our goal is really to help you find success in life, whether it's academic or socially. We want to give you the advice because we know how difficult it is for an international student navigating completely different application system in a different language and all these visa things involved. And so we want to be here to support you all the way through the end. So I am your main contact for all of the 4 colleges that we represent. And so the ApplyWave team will help you with any questions, and I'll take care of you guys for sure. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Annie. So thank you for joining this session. If you'd like more information, feel free to chat with Annie directly or visit the Berkeley City College booth. See you at the next session. Bye.
Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.